Hey everybody, gods and goddesses of the land, those who are sent from above, hello. It's your girl Montina with Modest Perfections. So I want to talk about this. I want to talk about when separation, right? So this is how you know it's time for a change. Like when you start feeling, isolated, you feel like God is trying to send you somewhere. This is for my people that's being sent out. Let me go back. Let me just back up. So the Lord qualifies those He calls, right? And we are in the season of change. We are at like the half point way of the year, right? Halfway into the year. So, if you think about it, it's like when you're halfway done, you at a checkpoint. We at a checkpoint. We at the half mile marker, and we about to be completing something, right? Some people finish with, this time. Some people finish with that time. But you got some people that walk you down. Y'all ever y'all get a chance, look up this girl. Her name is Shakari Richardson. My daughter loves her, by the way. She is a huge fan of this girl. But when I say this girl can walk some people down on the track, she walk you down on the track. I mean, she will walk you down on the track. I don't care how far ahead you are, she coming. But it look like she be running in slow motion, but she be like, I mean, you be like, what the heck? How did she do that? So that's what God is doing with some of us. Like, we're not in competition with anyone. We're in our own lane on the track. Everybody's in their own lane on the track. We're just trying to get to the same, we're trying to get to that finish line. We're trying to get to that point. And so for some of us, God about to put the strength in us that we didn't have. Like some of us, like we knew we were supposed to do all year long. Like everybody had goals this year. Everybody, if you didn't have goals, I feel bad. Like why didn't you have a goal for the year? But anyways, everybody had goals for the year and what they wanted to do, right? But some of us just didn't have the strength. Some of us, when it was time to take off, we didn't hear that shot, that pow. We didn't hear that. It was like, oh, everybody else took off. Oh wait, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, I gotta take off now. I got a late start. So some of us was still kind of like in the zone. We still was, getting adjusted to the block that we was in. And, getting our foot right, making sure we in position the right way. We spent so much time making sure we was in position because we didn't feel like we was in position to take off yet. And we kind of missed it. We didn't hear the gunshot go off. We didn't hear him say, on your mark. Runners take your mark. We didn't hear that. Or we heard that, but we might have just got stuck at set. But we didn't hear that. So, we ended up getting a late little start, and that's fine. Some of us, we came out of the block, but we struggled coming out of the block. Like, when it was time to come out the block, we just was, we came out, but, we might have struggled coming out of there. And some of us, our form was we were so humble coming out the block that we wasn't trying to be like, oh, we about to do this, I'm about to do this. We wasn't trying to announce everything. We were just, humble coming out that block with our head down. And if you notice, the girl I'm telling y'all about, when she come out them blocks, her head be down for a minute because she's gaining speed. Don't nobody else see this because everybody else is ahead of her. She's gaining speed, she's gaining momentum because her head is down. So she's there's more gravity because she's rooted and grounded with the earth. You know what I'm saying? So if she's holding her head down and building up this momentum, by the time she picks her head up and look to see what else going on, she catching up with everybody. And then she done caught first place. So some of y'all about to take some of y'all about to take first place. Like it's like everybody else is having their time. You know, you didn't even realize it because you so caught up trying to be, you know, in position. You was you know, grounding yourself. You was being connected to the earth. You was trying to be humble. You was trying to do all these other things. And now you need to look up because you about to cross the finish line. Look up. You about to reach that goal. Like everybody about to be cheering and rooting for you. Like, congratulations, oh my God. How in the world did she do that? What a victory. You about to take your victory lap. You about to really take your victory lap. And a lot of y'all about to change locations. You don't know, you know what I'm saying? You don't know how it's gonna happen. It might have been something you thought about doing or just a random thought that crossed your mind. But yeah, you about to change locations. You're being called out. You're being called out. You might be changing your job location. You might be changing where you live. You might be moving to a completely different city. Some of y'all are going over the water, like to an island, like for a little while to do like some kind of missionary work. It's for a purpose. It's not just for nothing. It's not just to be. This is for people like where, you know, like you're going for a higher calling. Like you accepted the higher calling, and it's time to make that move. Because you've been like in a place of, I ain't gonna say being stagnant, but it just felt like you wasn't, like I said, you was looking down, not looking up, not even really paying attention to what was going on around you like that, because you were so focused on trying to be humble and trying to make sure you're doing the right thing and things like that. So now it's about to be time for you to take off, baby. About to really about to burn the track up. And you can't take nothing with you when you go. Like when you leave, you're not taking anything with you. Like everything's gonna be so unfamiliar. Nothing will be familiar. Like this is God stretching your faith. This is this is, you know, a season of transformation. But some of us, we can't transform when we're in the same environment. Sometimes we have to go to a different environment just to transform, or, you know, just to allow God to give us something new, or, you know, take us to a new height. For me, when I went to Colorado, that's what God had to do with me, because I had been raised in the Bible Belt all my life, and Southern Baptist, Apostolic, all that, you know, and you know, that was, you know, you wouldn't have been able to have me out tarot cards and all that other stuff. I wouldn't have went nowhere near it, and if I had not have moved out of my comfort zone. Some of y'all, it's just as simple as God just taking you out your comfort zone and putting you somewhere that's uncomfortable, that you just don't know what you're gonna do. Some of y'all like y'all might be like, oh, you've been debating about quitting your job. I don't know how that can be. But God is really calling you to step out on faith. Or you maybe want to leave your apartment, but you're so comfortable paying a certain amount. And it's like, I wouldn't mind buying a house, but I don't want to pay this. Or I don't want them running my credit. you might get approved and you might end up having to pay less than what you pay now. You know what I mean? Like, you don't never know until you try. Like, just step out on faith. Whatever it is. If it's leaving your job, if God's telling you to leave, leave. If God's telling you to move, move. If, even with relationships, if that relationship no longer serves you, get out of it. Like, you don't depend on nobody. God is your source. Some people just in relationships because they're comfortable and they are used to somebody taking care of them, and they don't know how they're going to make it without that person. And God never really intended for it to be like that anyway. Like, you know, we're taught that, you know, the man should provide, and, you know, the woman is going to take care of the home, and that's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I still feel like the man should be the provider. But at the same time, I feel like women should not get to the point where we are totally 100% dependent on somebody. Like, if the man wants to provide, that's fine. But if he leaves the situation, I'm still good. Like, it should always be like, you are still good without that person, because God should always be your source. Not even the job. The job is not even your source. God is the source. So if they come and say, hey, we letting you go, God is your source. Your faith should be so set on God that you don't know how it's gonna get done, but you just know it's gonna get done. So that's where the faith level needs to be at. And the best way to get your faith level there is really to just completely trust in God. Like, literally, like, don't lean to your understanding. Trust in God with all your heart and acknowledge him in all your ways, and he shall direct your paths. Period. It's that simple. It's hard. I ain't gonna sit here and act like it ain't hard, because it be times where my faith be tested. I'm like, man, how I'm gonna do this? And every time I'm faced with a financial challenge, I'm trying to end up getting a financial blessing. Every time. I kid y'all not. Like, I told y'all about the car situation. I had a financial challenge that had just like happened. Every time I'm challenged in any area of my life, it's always a blessing in the end. So look at obstacles and challenges as blessings. Like, that's why I believe, like, you know, he says, count it as joy when you're faced with various trials. For the testing of your faith produces patience, and let patience work its perfect work. So just like, you know, when you're being challenged, let that challenge happen. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, okay, God, I know you got me. It's always like, you gotta just trust God in the process. Trust God in the midst of the challenge. And know that, you know, you're gonna be brought out on the other side. Like, God will never leave you. God will never forsake you. I don't care what you do. You know, he even said if you made your bed in hell, he would be there with you. That's God for you. So you're going to always, you know, have God by your side. Don't ever feel like God will just leave you hanging, because God won't. A lot of people feel like, well, I was in this situation, but I lost everything. And God was still there. Look at what happened to Job. So, like, the enemy be wanting to see, like, how we going to act in those situations. Like, because he'll go to God and accuse us of doing stuff, because he's the accuser of the brethren. Some of y'all been falsely accused. Some of y'all been falsely accused, but God is going to acquit you. God is going to bring justice to your name. God is going to do that for you. For those of you who have been falsely accused. But anyway, back to what I was saying, the enemy goes before God and accuses us. And, you know, God, they're going to do this, they're going to do that, you know what I'm saying? So that's why God permit, like, okay, go ahead, watch what they do. Watch what my child, because this was mine right here. This is my child. My child knows me. My child knows that I brought them out of this situation. I brought them out of that situation. My child knows that I'll never leave them hanging. And I don't care how bad it get, you know, at the end, God is still there. You know what I'm saying? So, like, some of y'all might be really going through it right now. It may be really difficult right now. You know, you may be in a hard situation right now. You don't know, like, you don't see a way out. You don't see a way out. It's funny because as I'm talking to y'all, I'm seeing tarot cards as I'm talking to y'all. I literally see like the Eight of Swords. You know, you really just feel like there's no way. And then, but there is a way. There is a way out. You just gotta praise your way out. Like praising, being in a spirit of having an attitude of gratitude, just being thankful, just being thankful. Because even when I went to the hospital, I was like, Lord, thank you, because I don't even know what this is about, but I thank you anyway. I literally said that like on the way to the hospital, like, because I didn't know what it was about. I'm just like, God, whatever, I thank you, whatever it is. I know something good gonna come out of this. So just thank God in the midst of whatever it is that you're going through. And I know it might sound cliche, but y'all, it actually works. Let me just say this. I don't even want to make it sound like I'm coming like from a religious perspective. For some of y'all might not believe in God. Y'all may call it the universe. Y'all may call it the higher power, the creator, whatever you may call it, okay? Whatever it is, there are laws. There are universal laws. So, an attitude of gratitude, when you have an attitude of gratitude, you attract things. So, just being thankful alone is going to attract something better. But if you constantly complaining, or if you constantly like worrying, your mind is obeying what you're telling it to do. So if you worry like, well, this and this happened, guess what? Your subconscious is like, okay, let me produce that for you. Let me make that happen for you. Literally, the genie in the bottle is your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is the genie. The genie is like, you have your wish. Let me grant your wish. And so you tell your wish, and guess what? It's going to produce it for you. So try to watch what you put in there as far as like what you think can happen, fears. That's why I said when that doctor told me that crap, you know, I had to shut that out. Like, I'm not letting that in I'm not accepting that. It's the power of suggestion. I'm not accepting that. Now, had he told the wrong person that, he would have been right for them because they would have accepted it. Like, okay, the doctor is always right. I don't believe that. And honestly, like, I'm like, dude, like, my body don't feel like no, you know your body. I just knew it was like kind of heavy. So at first I was really feeling like it might have been some kind of anxiety or something. I'm not gonna lie, it might have been. I don't know, but I knew it wasn't what the doctor said and then when they got them results back, my results came back good. But yeah, some of y'all might just, you gotta watch what you put in that brain. Watch what you tell yourself. Be willing to step out on faith, man. Be willing. Are you willing to lose everything? Because it's gonna be worth it. If you step out on faith, if God say, listen, y'all, God told me don't take nothing with you. Like, leave everything. Don't even worry about how you gonna get furniture, how you gonna do this, how you gonna do that. I'm sending you out there for a reason. I had money saved up to go to Colorado. By the time it was time for me to go to Colorado, I had, I think, four or five, I want to say $500 left in my name. That was all I had left to go. And I'm like, what am I gonna do with $500? I use most of this on gas. Every time I turn around, we had to stop at a gas station. And I'm like, oh my God, my car payment is due. My insurance is due. I gotta find a place to stay. I don't have any money to put, as a deposit on no place to stay. I don't have a job set up. I didn't have anything. I did not have anything. All I knew was I heard God say, go, and I went. Some of y'all, like, that's the situation. You literally have to just go. You can't worry about what you're gonna do when you get out. Some of y'all might be looking online trying to find a job. Like, you might have heard God tell you to go, I don't know, Florida, New Mexico, Georgia, wherever, right? Virginia, Boston, and California, Illinois, Washington. Some of y'all are being called to these different places, Massachusetts, and you don't know how you gonna make it. And people gonna tell you, like, if you share it with people, they're gonna be like, well, you gotta have a plan. Do you have a job lined up? Like, even once I had made it to Colorado, I had a lady tell me, next time you need to have a plan. Don't you ever do that again. I'm like, I trusted God. I know I'll do it all over again. All over again. Because I trusted God. And guess what? I found a job the next day. The day after we got to Colorado, I started working in a salon. I made $1,500 my first week. So God made a way for me. It's all about trusting God. That's what it comes down to. Some of y'all have to really do that. Some of y'all gonna really have to do that. And I don't know, what else it might be. You might wanna, some of y'all might want to start a business, and you might feel like, you don't have the knowledge that you need. You might feel like you need to go to school first, or, you might feel like you need some kind of training. Let me tell y'all something. I got a cousin in Texas right now. This boy came and stayed with me in Colorado for like a month. He didn't know nothing about computers. Nothing. Only thing he would do every day, he would get up, he'd talk to God, he'd spend his time with God, and say, cuz, hey fam, don't come in here. Don't come in here during this time, because I'm going to be talking to God. He told me that. So I'm like, all right, bet, I respect that. We ain't finna interrupt that. You know what I'm saying? I respect that 100%. Every day, he faithfully spent that time with God. And he would go out there after he spent his time with God, talk to God. He'd go smoke his blunt. And next thing you know, man, God showed this boy so much stuff with the computer. I'm like, cuz, I'm paying somebody to do me a website. I could have paid you. Because when it came down to it, dude did my website at the time. My cousin was like, yo, ask him where this such and such at. Ask him did he do this and do that. Dude didn't do none of that stuff. I'm like, dang, yo, I could have got you to do it. He was like, well, cuz, you had already done paid the dude, and God just showed me how to do this. I'm like, that is crazy. Because God is the beginning of all knowledge and wisdom. So, and the Holy Spirit will teach you all things. So for some of y'all might want to start a business. You may not know how to do it. You might feel like you need to go to school for it. Now, that's one thing God tell you to go to school for. But if God show you a different way, hey, be open to that. Be open to the mysteries of God, man. Because God's ways and thoughts are higher than ours. You never know. You never know. With braiding, didn't nobody teach me how to braid. God showed me how to braid. I just did it. My daddy bought me a mannequin at 9 years old. It was a Barbie mannequin. She was a black Barbie mannequin, and she had like a purple thing around her shoulders. I'll never forget that. And I just automatically just knew how to braid. I was doing cornrows at 9. And then from there, I just started learning how to do other stuff. Like, nobody showed me how to do that. Now, there's other stuff I did learn, like as far as cutting, and chemical services. I eventually did go to school, but the talent was there because God had already put it in me. This is like people that sing. Didn't nobody teach them how to sing. God showed them how to sing because God gave them the gift to do it. So some of y'all might want to start a business. You don't know how to go about that. You don't know who to plug yourself in with. God will put you in the space with the right people. Say your gift will make room for you and put you before great men. God will do that. So just trust God for it. It's already done. Your move is already made. The door is already open. The doors are open, y'all. The doors are open. Financial freedom is available to you right now. Abundance is available to you right now. Health and wealth and prosperity are available to you right now. Just receive it. Like, I'm serious, y'all. I literally see this stuff showering down. All you gotta do is just receive it. I literally see it showering down. So Just receive it. It's available. Do you know it's available? It's available. Just say thank you and receive it. Receive it, accept it, and claim it. And you know what? Sometimes the enemy will try to come and take it back. The enemy can't have it. Tell the enemy he can't have it. Some of y'all about to bless. Listen, thank you. Okay. Some of y'all God want to bless y'all with a new place or a new vehicle or something. And God is like, don't let this person dog it out. Be faithful over the few things, and I'll bless you with many. It's like some of y'all, I'm speaking to females in particular. You know, you might get a new place, and all of a sudden you meet a dude, you ready to move him in. Nope. Don't move him in. Nope. Don't let him drive your car. No. No. Because guess what they're going to do? They're going to tear your stuff up and they're going to cause you to lose it. May not see it in the beginning, but you will see it in the end. So, I'm telling you now, if you just got approved for a place, do not, that baby daddy or whoever he is, they're not going to have no respect for your stuff. They're actually jealous because you got it and you got it without them, and you actually have more than what they have because they still with their mama. And they're gonna eventually cause you to lose your stuff. They might come over there with drugs and you can't have drugs in your house, or their friends might come over there making noise, or y'all might get into it and cause a disturbance. Police get called and you're gonna get put out. Don't do it. Your car, don't let anybody drive that car. They go for everybody, so don't let nobody cause you to lose your stuff. And then some of y'all, if y'all got a new job, don't let nobody know where you're working at right now. It ain't their business. Where you work at? Don't tell them. Don't tell them because they're going to try to call and drop some salt on your name to the company because they jealous. I'm telling y'all that now. I caught that by the Spirit. It's real talk. So, I think that's it. That's all I want to really say for this video. I hope y'all got that. And yeah, so step out on faith and trust God with whatever it is. There is a way out. You just gotta go. You just gotta do it. Write your plan. Go for it. Whatever God is telling you to do, just do it. Don't doubt what God is saying right now. Just trust it. Go for it. And that's it. Y'all leave y'all comments down below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Comment, whatever it is that y'all do. And y'all have a good one. Talk to y'all in a little bit.